Hello, one and all. It's me, obviously. Um, just want to let everybody know that I'm here. I'm still alive. Um, Still working at Publix. Been there about a month now. Um, kind of just you know taking it in strides, as some people say. Um, Life is good. Um, kind of overdrawn on my account right now. So tomorrow night at midnight, that'll all go away when my paycheck gets into my account. Um, and yes, I do get paid on a weekly basis instead of having to wait 3 weeks like I used to when I was living in Jacksonville. Um, I get that. I guess that's just how they do that here in Alabama. I don't know. Um, but seriously, life is good. I The storms hit a couple weeks ago, and everybody was kind of freaking out. Folks I work at, that area was hit pretty hard, but not as hard as Tuscaloosa. Um, but we were my Publix was running on that Wednesday when the storm hit. We were running on an in-store generator, which kept our computers, our phone lines, and our registers going. And then Wednesday, just as me and a friend of mine, Elizabeth, were leaving, they were bringing one of those big, huge semi-trailer sized generators so we could at least get our coolers up and running. We lost about $20,000 worth of cold and frozen food. Um, and we, sorry, and we've had people come through our store, getting stuff out of the deli, dropping up to two and three, even $400 just to replace all the food that they lost because their electricity was out, and some of them had just gotten electricity back last week. Um, and so they were replacing all the food that they had lost in their refrigerators and freezers. Um, it was really kind of devastating, to be honest. But I'm just grateful that I didn't lose my power or any of my things. So, um, but it's really nothing big. I mean, it's not as big as Katrina, but um, it's still pretty bad. Of course, the mile and a half I have to walk to work from the summit. Yes, I walk a mile and a half to work and a mile and a half back to the summit from work. Um, but the mile and a half that I walk to work, um, it's just there are trees down. Um, Alabama Power is still out there repairing the power lines, getting the power poles that were snapped in half back up, and reattaching those power lines. Um, and a lot of the people out there lost cars, um, their houses, um, everything, and they've been having to stay in either with friends or in hotels, what have you. And a lot of them I know do have home insurance and car insurance so that they can, get their houses either rebuilt or sturdier or whatever, get their cars replaced, um, or at least get their cars fixed, windows repaired, engines redone, axles replaced for their front and back wheels. Um, it's an amazing thing that all these people that lost everything, a lot of them are still in good spirits. But unfortunately, one lady had gone through my line on Friday, I think it was. It was Thursday or Friday, and she had just buried her mother earlier that earlier last week, and and of course it was before Mother's Day on Sunday, and I turned to the kid, he's probably a couple years younger than me. I turned to him and I said, "Can you imagine losing your mom this close to Mother's Day?" And he's like, "No, I can't imagine it at all." I'm like, Well, imagine if this had hit in June and you had lost your father or a father figure, then the same thing would be happening. Um, and I just felt so bad for her. I just wanted to, lock up my register and just go out there and just talk to her about it and, let her unload. I mean, I'm no therapist, but still, I mean, if I could just go out there and just talk to her and just say, hey, look, everything's going to be okay. At least you had her for as long as you've been alive, and you should be grateful for that and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if I had lost my mom, you know, and the storms that hit here, tornadoes mostly, but a lot of people are still okay. But I mean, seriously, if I had lost my mom this close to Mother's Day, I don't know what I would have done at all. Um, I would probably just would have wanted to stay home for like a week and just cry my eyes out, watch TV, eat a gallon of ice cream if I could. Um, but and I don't even know, I don't really know a whole lot of people up here, but the people that I do know, I'm hoping that they're okay and that they didn't get hit by the tornadoes or anything. So everyone out there that knows me, that's friends with me on Facebook, or friends with me on YouTube, or subscribe to my channel, or whatever, just please, stay safe. Um, be grateful you're alive, all that stuff, and I'm grateful I'm alive. Um, I'm just grateful for so much right now. Um, and I'm still just thinking back to all those people that are on that road by my Publix, and it just amazes me that a lot of them did survive. And whenever I had gotten home that night when the storm on the days that the storms had hit, I immediately turned on the Weather Channel or Fox 6 or whatever it is up here, and I just turned it on and watched the storms and stuff, and seeing if any more would come up over the next couple of days, and take out generators even. But thankfully, no more had come through, and people are still going through a whole bunch of stuff. Um, and if this does go down in history, then I'm pretty sure that I've gotten at least an extra, I don't know, $6 or $8 on my paycheck from that week. Or I probably will in the future if this does, go down in history and all that kind of stuff. Um, so, to all you people out there that survived the storms, great. If you have family or other friends that are up here in this general area, then make sure they're okay, all that stuff. Um, if you just want to come up here and visit and see all the destruction, then don't get caught by the cops, because a friend of mine and a fellow trying participant, she was with some friends of hers, and they were, driving around trying to get to the Catawba River and so that they could, have fun. I'm like, okay, that's retarded. Storm had just gone through, and people had lost their homes, their cars, friends, family, whatever, and you want to go swim in the Catawba River? No way. Not, I mean, I would probably do it if I were pressured into doing it, but no, that's ridiculous. Um, so all of you out there, just, I got hit by the storm, stay safe, check up on your family and friends, see if they're okay. Um, just try and make sure that, keep an eye on the weather if you can. Um, so, alright, I guess I'll stop here. I just wanted to get this out there. Um, and I'm loving it at Publix. It's a great place to work. I've been trying to get in there for 3 years. I finally got in I got hired the day before my 24th birthday, which is probably the best, and I mean the absolute best birthday present I could ever get. If I had started at Christmas, I'd probably be eligible for transfer in the next month or so. But being that I did start, in April, I probably won't be eligible till probably around October, but I'm probably gonna stick it out until probably around or just after Christmas or New Year's and say, hey, look, can I transfer to the Vestavia store or the Hoover store or whatever? I mean, that's an easier, those two stores there are easier for me to get to. And I don't have to worry about walking a mile and a half just to get to work. But, I can manage. And it's not that I'm not used to walking, because those of you who know me, I could walk all over the city of Jacksonville so long as I know where I'm going. Um, but, and, let's see. Yeah, I've probably already lost about 5 or 8 pounds by now, just with all the walking I've been doing and standing on my feet and all that stuff. I mean, it's been fun, but it's been kind of boring to do. Um, I've already made quite a few friends at Publix, and like I said, I got Elizabeth to take me home if, we work the same shifts, or if we get off around the same time. I'd wait around, like, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so just for her to, get off and say, hey, look, Elizabeth, can you take me home? I'll give you gas money, or I'll get you some McDonald's or something, because both of us love the McDonald's sweet pea. I swear to God, that stuff is cracking a cup. McDonald's tea, McAllister's tea, the rolls at Old Charlie's. I swear to God, every one of those places makes all those things with crack. I swear to God. I love Old Charlie's rolls. And just go in there, order like a drink and a basket of rolls and a bowl of soup or something, and you'll see what I mean when I mention their rolls. Um, yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. Um, yeah, and there's this guy that I work with. His name's John. And yes, I did date a guy named John Janicek. I think you know who I'm talking about. Um, the first guy I ever actually really had a crush on. Um, and me and John, the guy that I work with, he's fun. I mean, every time we see each other, we just do, just because it's funny. That's seriously our way of saying, hey, what's up? I mean, if we ever have, breaks at the same time, we just, go out there and just, to wherever the little outside employee lunch area is, and just, hang out and all kinds of crazy stuff and just talk about everything. Um, and just recently, it was just last week, I think it was Thursday or Friday, we actually sat out there and we were talking about dream jobs and stuff. Um, that it's fun. Um, and we just talked about, like I said, dream jobs. He said he wouldn't mind working down at Universal Orlando. I'm like, shit, I wouldn't mind working down there either. Um, and Jen Mackey, she worked down there for a while. Can't remember how long though. I think it was like maybe 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Before the economy started going downhill. Um, and of course me, I'd say that I'd want to work at any general theme park so long as I got, a decent paycheck at the end of the week, 4 hours a day, like 4 or 5 days a week. Not including weekends, because Saturdays are my days to hang out with people, my fellow Yu-Gi-Oh geeks. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, just so we can just say, hey, look, check it out, we're trading and dueling and all this kind of crazy stuff. It's fun. I wouldn't mind working on Sundays, but Sundays mostly are my days to, calm down and just wind down, do laundry if I need to, clean up my apartment, crazy stuff like that. But life is life. I do not work on Sundays at Publix though, because the buses up here in Birmingham do not run on Sundays, which I'm grateful for, because seriously, Sundays are days for me to, just lounge and just, spend time with Derek if I can. Um, but life is fun. I love life. I live life to the fullest. I've always heard, and that's what I've been trying to do is just live life to the fullest. Life is life. Um, excuse me while I adjust because my feet are kind of falling asleep. So, but and of course I've been kind of low on getting stuff for lunch at Publix. Um, but I'm okay with that. So, anyways, um, I guess this is all for now. So I'll talk to you geeks later. Peace out.